People, Deluded, I'm back again. As usual, it's always, appreciated that you check in and watch my stuff, and definitely during the off season it's even more appreciative. Now, the bulk of Arsenal transfer rumours, I'm not going to go over again. Rumours with Gabriel coming to the club heating up, left-sided centre-half in his early 20s for a fee around 20-30 million. We've worked with Leo, with Pepe before. Seems right up our street and feasible. The Coutinho links, the Partey links, Ceballos links, renewing his deal, and things like that. The biggest deal probably we're seeing, or the one that seems to be the hottest, is, and gets people riled up the most, as you see, the signing of Willian. Some people are on the fence, some people don't want it, some people are pro for it, certain people, how it gets, man. And that's the beauty of football fans. We all see it differently, no opinions are wrong. The only thing Willian can do is just play well and shut everything up. Apparently Arteta signed off on him. If Arteta genuinely wants him, my personal opinion to a degree is slightly more relaxed, because I believe in Arteta, and part of believing in as a manager is also to believe in him when you can't necessarily see at times what he's believing in. If he's proves to be wrong, we'll think about it. But the best thing for Willian is to play well. You play well, everybody shuts up, simple as. We've been linked with Eze of QPR, Eberechi Eze. I can't pronounce his name, of course. I mean, no disrespect, but he's a baller, and this seems to be his last season for QPR. It's a miracle if they hold on to him. He's played well, he made a clean sweep. I think he won players player, fans player, managers player. Well, QPR fans will know, but he won a bunch of personal awards. He's had a very good season for them, productive in front of goal. I'll look at his stats in a second. I really should have them to hand. Be surprised if he's not in double figures for goals and assists. Obviously, he's a positive player. There is a lot of developing to do, especially if you're going to play at the highest level and play consistently at the highest level and not be hot and cold. I do think there's hot and cold elements to his game. I do think his decision making needs to be a bit crisper. I do think he could add even more variety into his game. Know when to play it short a tiny bit more. But he's a terrific player, man. And at 22 odd years of age, he's only going to get better. Allegedly, QPR only want 15 million for him. He hasn't got the experience of someone that a Willian has, or the Premier League know-how and things. And until he does it, there's always that degree of doubt as to whether he obviously could replicate it at Championship level, his Championship form at Premier League level. I think he can. I think he's going to be a decent player. I'm not saying he's going to be PFA and things. I just think he's a good player and he will adapt to the level. I think he might need time, but I think he will adapt. Once his speed of thought process is up there, I think he's there. I think he's an attacking outlet as well. He shows he's very much an Arsenal player. He's actually spent a time here. A willingness to hold on to the ball, can take people on, can pass the ball. Very appreciative of when he holds on to the ball. Relishes being the talisman in a healthy way for the team. He wants to make a difference. He would obviously give us depth around the squad. He can play on either flanks. At 15 million allegedly what they want. How could you turn that down? There's resale value. Even if what I don't believe is going to happen is true, and let's just say he's going to be a terrible player, if you can't make your 15 million back on an early 20-year-old, surely there's some problems. So I think it's a no-brainer. He's been linked with everyone in the Prem. He's been linked with us. He's been linked with United. He's been linked with Spurs. I think he'll be a good signing for both North London clubs. He's also been linked with Brighton and a couple of teams of that quality, no disrespect, in which obviously they're laughing. He's been linked with Crystal Palace, which is of interest to me, obviously with Zaha in mind. In an ideal world, they'd love to have both. But is that the unofficial replacement for Wilfried Zaha, whether he goes, I really want to take Eze or Benrahma, people from Brentford, man. I think you've got to take calculated risks on players, and obviously Eze is going to cost less than Benrahma, clearly, because apparently one is allegedly available for 15 million. And I keep kicking this, man. I need to stop kicking this. Apologies, people. It's right there. The stand. He's obviously, Eze's got a year left on his deal. He's been linked with West Ham. In 46 appearances, he's got 14 goals, 8 assists. So I think that's it's not the best, but considering it's from the Championship and it's not going to cost a lot, I think he'll complement the side well. He's not glaringly better than what we have right now in terms of our young players in particular, some would say. But I think you can't go wrong. He ties into the current philosophy of players with resale value. I think he can only get better, and at his worst, you're gonna break even. He ties into what we want to do. The only thing Willian has of him is that obviously the experience, and it's more about now. But I think someone is going to be in for a treat with Eze or Benrahma, who I went slightly off topic and started speaking about. I would really like to have a look at him. Arsenal would love to have a look at him, but I think it's in relation to us. We're not involved. One thing's for sure, I do think he'll be playing Premier League football or top flight football somewhere. It's just if somebody makes it happen. On that note, though, I've got nothing more to add, so I'm going to get out of here. It's always a pleasure, but for now, DG, I'm out.